Palossand has been a gimmick here and here in competitive Pokemon VGC, especially with Smeargle back in the day with the Water Shuriken. However, this time we are going to be pairing up with Greninja on a team that Jamie Boyt ended up building for his YouTube channel. And we're going to be trying out and see how well it performs. This is Jamie Boyt's convoluted Flamigo team with a lot of setup. So we have Perish Dondozo, which has been used previously with the Fluttermane and Tatsugiri combination. You go for Palossand to KO the Tatsugiri, then send in the Dondozo. Tatsugiri goes in the mouth and then faints, and then Flamigo is able to copy the stat changes from the Dondozo. That's one way to use this team. And then another one is with the Greninja and Palossand combination. With the Palossand actually able to do a lot of work with Terra, when it normally had a lot of common weaknesses. The Terra Water helps change it up, and you can get the policy, you can get amnesia, you can get the water compaction, increasing your defenses, and then copy it with Flamigo, so you have potentially two stat boosting Pokemon alongside each other that are really hard to eliminate. If you would like to check out the details of the team and the creator, you can check them out in the description down below. Meowscarada Rillaboom. Why am I getting double grass when I'm using Palossand? Hariyama, Arcanine, Altaria, or Shifu. I have no idea how this team is supposed to function. Okay, I think I'm gonna do as much as I want to go to Palossand mode. It's kind of impossible to do a Palossand mode against this team. They have Crit Shifu, they have Crit Meowscarada, they have a Rillaboom, and I'm Terra Water, so yeah, not a good combination. We're gonna do our Fluttermane Tatsugiri plan, I think, and then have the Flamigo and the Dondozo on the back. A lot of this game is probably just gonna come down to what Shifu that is. I'd imagine it's water. If you have double grass, I don't think you're running a darker Shifu on this team. I just don't see it. But then again, this team already breaks convention, so I'm pretty suspicious of what they could have. I do think that if Flamigo does get set up, though, I do just win the game. It is kind of unfortunate that I am not Oblivious Dondozo in this matchup, because Oblivious Dondozo would go really, really hard here. Although Dragon on my Dondozo. I feel like there's so many things that could go out of context with what I just said, but Dragon Dondozo doesn't seem bad in this matchup. So it does resist a bunch of their factors. Like, a lot of their combinations just actually can't hit a dragon type Dondozo. So let's see how this goes. That's going to be the game plan. No Palossand, but this matchup, you can't really bring Palossand, I think. Like, double grass is not a thing. Double grass does not exist normally. We're going to see Meowscarada and the Altaria. So interesting combination right off the bat. And I'm just gonna Perish and Protect. Although we are playing mind games immediately. I just don't know if Fluttermane can live Flower Trick. It's been a while since I've used Meowscarada. I'm just gonna Palossand Protect, I think. Yeah. Hopefully they treat the knockout into Fluttermane as the priority right here. I am just gonna... I don't want to Moonblast into Meowscarada. I could maybe KO turn 1, but the problem is I don't think it's likely. It's probably Focus Sash, and if it's Focus Sash, that means I give it Overgrow, and Overgrow Flower Trick is definitely KOing either one of my Pokemon, so I don't think that's ideal. Looks like no Terra involved, so I am able to get the Protect off. Palossand is going to go up. Yeah. Wait, does Altaria get Haze? I don't remember. I don't remember. Flower Trick is going to come out. It does just KO Fluttermane. Is that offensive? I really don't remember the numbers. Fire Spin. Sure, Altaria doesn't get Haze from my memory. Maybe it does. Fire Spin for trapping is interesting. We saw multi-skill Dragonite with Fire Spin like really early at the format. That actually got top 4 at like the first European regional, and then we like never saw it again. We're going hard into Dondozo here. I think I'm going to just target down the Altaria if I can. I don't know if they're Terra Fairy, but I am just going to go for an order up here. I feel like Fire Spin Haze is just such a convoluted moveset, which I don't expect to screw me over here. But yeah, I am going to go for a order up into the Altaria. I don't want to protect because it gives them momentum that I don't want to give them. So I'm just going to go for Terra Dragon order up with the boost into Terra. I should be able to KO the Altaria, I want to say. I'm not really too scared of Meowscarada. Sure, they can Flower Trick. Not going to do nearly enough damage. And I'm not really concerned about Meowscarada at all. When I have Dragon on the Dondozo as a typing, and then I have Flamigo, which also resists all of Meowscarada's attacks. So should be safe. These Pokemon also got to be scared of Perish Song. Like, I think the only way this really goes wrong, again, let's see what the Altaria is here. We will go for the Terra. We will get a Terra Dragon here. And let's see. Are you Haze? Do you get access to Haze? I really don't remember. I feel like you might. Oh, no. We do see a Terra. Oh, no. We did Terra the Altaria. It had to be the Fairy Altaria. Is this actually Haze? Order up. Man, remember back in the old days when we get the attack boost? I forgot it gets that now. Okay. Wait, why? Oh, Trick Room? Meowscarada? I completely forgot that Altaria gets Whisk now. Why did they give it Whisk too? It's such a random move to give it. But alright. They're gonna go down to Perish eventually. I can't knock out the Altaria quickly enough anyway. I think I'm just gonna use this opportunity to get an order up into Meowscarada and get an attack boost. Don't tell. Okay, I'm like pretty confident this doesn't have Haze anymore. They protect Meowscarada. They're getting on every turn. Jeez, oh my lord, I have not been playing that. Is this winnable? I mean, yeah, it is. Okay. I gotta ignore the Meowscarada. I gotta target down the Altaria. Okay. Perish is almost over. I do want to get another attack boost because it does matter for Flamigo numbers. I would like to break the sash on the Meowscarada because I imagine Trick Room is going to be Focus Sash. Is that Adamant Meowscarada then? I'm actually surprised Flower Trick just KO'd Flare Maiden. I thought you need probably Adamant then. Okay, we see the swap. Makes sense. That is Urshifu. Oh, I completely forgot about Urshifu. Because of this Trick Room, I'm going to get screwed over with Flamigo, aren't I? Arcanine. This is not looking good for me. We do get the order up into the Arcanine, so it is back to +2. How do I beat this? So Tatsugiri goes down. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. This Altaria set actually just destroyed me. This Altaria set actually is demonic. And unfortunately just did not have that information. I did not think it would be Perish Song on this team, and I definitely was not expecting Wisp. But hey, that's like a cool, that is a cool tech you sometimes face on the ladder. Wave Crash, Greybird, I guess. My turns. Greybird, the Urshifu. It attacked, which is fine. Are they just wisping here? What is this team? Okay. Like, what is this team? Charm, Arcanine, Wisp, Altaria with Perish Song? Like, what the heck, man? Probably should have Wave Crashed Altaria, but I did not think they would commit to Terra Fairy immediately. Okay. Like, I'm already like, this is probably an inevitable downfall at this point. Like, I'm just trying to see, like, if I can get lucky enough to maybe win with a crit or something. Altaria's coming. Wait, is that Meowscarada? Interesting they brought in Meowscarada. gonna Brave Bird the... I mean, maybe this is winnable. I Brave Bird the Urshifu. I Wave Crash. If they hard swap into Altaria and go down, this is definitely a winnable game. I will say that. They protect me Oscarada, which this is I think the first time I actually got like some kind of play right. Surging Strikes. That does so much damage. Yeah, that's doing way too much. Because I'm going to take Citrus and the recoil from Brave Bird. And then I also had to crit the Altaria as a win con. That was my out. Granted, I am reducing the damage that I am doing by going for the Wave Crash into the Urshifu. But yeah, like, I'm pretty sure I'm not... Like, even if, like, I have to Brave Bird, I'm taking a recoil now, and then Altaria's coming in. I have to crit the Altaria. And I have to lift the recoil plus the Meowscarada attack. I just don't think that's possible. Yeah, like, I'm not living on 14 HP, unfortunately. Maybe I could... No, they don't have Sucker Punch. They have Protect, Trick Room, Flower Trick. Actually, they might have Sucker, but I like, don't think that's going to be the case. Oh, man. Dondozo gonna go down. And Trick Room returns to normal. Do I go for a throw here? Maybe. I'm gonna roost up and hope they throw. I think that's the play. I kind of want to Brave Bird the Altaria just to see how much damage it did, but like my play that they throw is they Trick Room Perish Song for some reason. Wait, that's helpful. They did Trick Room. They keep missing those Wisp. We might have something. Perfect. Because Meowscarada is not a threat. We actually do have a game. Back to full. Okay. Hold up, Flamingo. Hold up. We might have something. Wisp does land this time. Okay. What's the move on the Meowscarada? Flower Trick. Yep, for the crit. It's still doing quite a bit of damage. I also can't really play around the Flower Trick, unfortunately. I think I just had to dodge like every single Wisp that they could have went for. I needed like a +1 at least so I can actually KO the what's it called? The Altaria. But yeah, I do not think this is going to be enough. How many turns are... So they can't... No, they could Perish Song this turn and win. Yeah, they could Perish Song this turn and win. Yeah, okay. They should Perish Song. Well, they don't have to Perish Song. Perish Song should be a guaranteed win for them. Yeah. I tried. I needed to dodge a bunch of Wisp, I think. Here comes a Brave Bird. That's not bad damage. That isn't bad damage. Oh, they immediately reversed the Trick Room. Okay. I mean, I don't think it was necessary, but... Yeah, that is going to screw me over. Leftovers Altaria with Perish Song and Wisp. Completely forgot that Altaria does get access to Wisp now. Who's that? Unfortunately, this team was not well equipped to deal with it. Was there ways I could do? I mean, maybe if like I Wave Crash read Altaria, but like I can't guarantee that I actually go get the attack. Like I can't guarantee the Terra, right? I have to read the Terra. And had to be Fairy. The worst one for me, unfortunately, there. Greninja, Sneasler, Basculegion, Tornadus, Pelipper, and Chiyu. So Rain, Psychic, Terrain, Burden, and just a Chiyu with Torn. I want to approach this because Sneasler is actually kind of weird. I mean, Palossand was Sneasler, but the Indeedee is actually kind of concerning. I could go with Dondozo. Now, Dondozo is decent here. The only problem I don't like with Dondozo is the fact that Dondozo... Hurricane does a lot of damage to Dondozo, and I mean a lot. So it's not exactly super easy to set up. I could lead something that forces a really weird position from them. For instance, I could go like Palossand plus Dondozo and like use the Dondozo as a bait, which actually isn't that bad. I could also go with just like my Flutter Mane. I actually kind of like Flutter Mane lead. They don't exactly have the best answers to Speed Boost or Flutter Mane because the Sneasler isn't like, if they lead Sneasler, it's okay. Yeah, you know what? I'll do it. I'll just do the Greninja Flamigo mode here. Dondozo Tatsugiri could be brought here. The problem with the Dondozo Tatsugiri is I'm very susceptible to the Sneasler Dire Claw, which I'm gonna be rolling some dices here. But also the fact, because like if they actually do get status, it's really annoying for me. But I also am concerned about Psychic Terrain. So they lead the Sneasler, which means I can set up pretty freely with my Palossand. I'm going to get my Amnesia set up, and I don't think Sneasler should be able to set up anything specific. I want to get rid of this Indie as quick as possible. I can see it on the Sneasler, so it can't be on the Indie, which is perfect. If this is Sword Stance, I guess this could be a bit annoying, but I'm hoping that Moonblast can just two-shot the Indie right now, which is going to be a pretty big thing. So I do reveal the Speed Booster. I am going to go for a Moonblast immediately into the Indie, and I'm just going to go for the Amnesia setup straight away. Sneasler, I don't think should have a move that can really touch. Like, they can go for Helping Hand Dire Claw, knock out the Flutter Mane, and I think that's completely okay. Oh, I forgot that outspeeds. I forget that outspeeds. Okay. Still all right. That's still all right. I am able to get the Amnesia set up with my Palossand. Okay. Awkward. Still okay though. I actually kind of forgot. So, I mean, it did buy me a turn. I do get in Greninja now, and I can still go for a taunt into the Indie, which should be safe. I guess if they have Dazzling Gleam, it's a mind game between do they go for Dazzling Gleam immediately plus a KO and a Greninja or not. But I am just going to go for a Amnesia once again with Palossand because I do need answers to the Pelipper. Actually go for Helping Hand again, which is fine. All right. Was combat perfect? So as long as this isn't Mental Herb Indie, and I don't think they usually run Mental Herb, I should be in a really good spot. Then I can Earth Power the Sneasler and just go for a Shadow Ball afterward, and I'll be in a really good spot. So we go for the taunt. We're going to transform into our Dark type. And all right, let's see. It was just nice because I don't have Stab on the Water Shuriken damage on Palossand. Amnesia +4. And now I actually don't know how to break into my team. So we will go for a Water Shuriken into Palossand. We're going to go for a Earth Power into the Sneasler. Or do I want Shadow Ball? I feel like I just want Earth Power because I don't think they're going to Terra. I don't think they're going to go to Pelipper Eater for the Sneasler slot. Like if they're going to swap out Pelipper, it'd be into, I think, the Indie slot, which it looks like, no, that's Basket Legion. So they go hard Basket Legion, which is fine. I am going to be able to get the Water Shuriken set up. And now I am +6 defense with my Palossand, and this is looking pretty good. Last Respect, I'm kind of curious on how much damage I can do, but I don't feel like I should be super threatening here. Palossand going to be able to, let's see, +6, +2, +4. These numbers are going to go crazy. So get the 5 hit on myself, of course, because I always. Earth Power and the Sneasler hopefully gets the knockout. I mean, I think it should. I think it easily should. So Greninja goes down. Earth Power going to come out into the Sneasler. Should pick up that knockout. Beautiful. Who do I want to Terra? Do I want to Terra Flamigo or do I want to Terra my Palossand? Probably Palossand because the only thing I needed to Terra like my Ghost and Ground typing for was the Sneasler. So I don't need it anymore, I'm pretty sure. Do they have anything that really sealed up? It's probably Pelipper in the back, I'd imagine. Like Pelipper and Indie are not like great Pokemon here for their end game. Pelipper? Yep. Okay. So I'm pretty sure because I have +6 defense in both, the Pelipper is the main threat here. I would like to go for a Brave Bird though into you, and I would like to Terra Water and go for the Shadow Ball into you. I do think the Terra Water is the best choice here because the Palossand is the one that gets directed by the most damage output now. We are going to see a Terra come out from my opponent. Going to be the Basket Legion, going to be into Terra Water. So maybe they're just trying to go for a hard-hitting move here. I don't know where the Wave Crash is going. I'd imagine this is helping on Wave Crash. Maybe they go for Hurricane Confusion as well, which is completely okay for me as well. Assuming no crits, of course. Because I'm pretty sure I'll be able to live like the Helping Hand, the Life Orb, Wave Crash with both. I'd imagine. I mean, Palossand for sure. Flamigo, not so much. I mean, I think Flamigo survives, but definitely not a crit one. Wave Crash, no helping hand actually. So Wave Crash is going to come out. They do target down the Palossand, it looks like. Yep. And Palossand absolutely eats that up. All right. And Pelipper goes for the Hydro Pump too. So that Terra Water absolutely game changing right there. Wonder if that double up with a KO. I feel like it probably would have. Brave Bird able to knock out if I didn't Terra. Brave Bird does knock out the Basket Legion. So no more Last Respect threat. No more Wave Crash. Super big position here. And yeah, this is looking really good for me. Now I can go for a Shadow Ball into Pelipper, bring it down to Focus Sash if it is Focus Sash. Yep, it is Focus Sash. Okay. Okay, my opponent has to get extremely lucky here. Special Defense Fall doesn't matter. So Indy should be coming out. I'm going to go for Close Combat into Indy and Shadow Ball the Pelipper. I don't think... Yeah, because it covers the Protect and the Psychic crits. I mean, there are still crits that could be very much involved here. That was going to be forfeited out. They don't go for it, though. They did have Pelipper. And Pelipper Hurricane Confusion and crits definitely gave you a shot in this game, I think. But could not take care of the Sandcastle and could not take care of the bird. It's Co-Star. Like at the beach. Fun at the beach. Dragon Knight Xianpao Rillaboom with Golden Go, Urshifu, and Tornadus. Okay, Rillaboom's a little bit scary. I have a few things that I could do here. So it's like, do I want to go the Perish mode or do I want to go with the Palossand mode? And Palossand mode is kind of fun. Palossand mode is kind of fun. So something I can think of here. I could try to do maybe like Flamingo strat with either Palossand or Dondozo. I kind of don't want to bring Dondozo just in case it's Xianpao. I don't think it'd be likely Xianpao, but it's definitely an option, I suppose. I do like the... I feel like Fluttermane's okay. I like Fluttermane and Greninja. It's kind of weird, but it does put on a lot of speed pressure, which I think is like pretty decent here. So I think I'm going to try it out, and then I'm going to have Palossand and I'm going to have Flamingo in the back. I don't want to set up the Palossand immediately because there's a lot of threats into Xianpao and the Rillaboom. Rillaboom's a Pokemon I do want to try to get rid of as quick as possible. Or like if I can't get rid of Rillaboom, at least like weaken it and put it in range for Flamingo or Flamigo to really put in the work here. So let's see. The problem with Dondozo is I'm not exactly too sure of how well it does against this team. Tornadus Rillaboom's going to lead, which is completely okay by me. I do lead the Greninja plus Fluttermane. And I can just go straight for damage, I'm pretty sure, with just a Moonblast immediately into the Rillaboom slot. I guess the question is, are you going to go for a Tailwind or are you going to go for like an Icy Wind immediately? I could get the T-Spikes up, which is pretty good against their team if it's like Xianpao or Shifu in the back, but it's kind of useless if it isn't otherwise. I do like the idea of just going for the Moonblast though and the Rillaboom. Getting rid of the Rillaboom seems like a pretty big factor here. Yeah, I like getting the damage into the Rillaboom with Moonblast, and kind of like the idea of getting the T-Spikes up. I think I am going to just try to get the T-Spikes up and see how well it performs later on. We are going to see a Tailwind come out, so they might be just going for a Wood Hammer. I don't mind training Fluttermane for like a lot of damage in a Rillaboom, so that's okay here. We are able to get the Moonblast off in a Rillaboom. It is Assault Vest confirmed. Wood Hammer is going to come out, tar down to Fluttermane. Fluttermane going to get absolutely obliterated, but that's okay. Maybe I could have went Flamigo there, but I didn't want to take the health really from that Pokemon. So we will be able to get a layer of T-Spikes up, and we will transform into Poison type, which is good against a Rillaboom, although it depends on if they have Stormy Tantrum or not, which is still pretty important. Okay. I would like to go Palossand now. I think Palossand is pretty good. We should be able to tank at least one hit here, I want to say. I don't think Terra ever changes anything here. I think I go for a Shore Up with Palossand, and I think I go for a Water Shuriken into the Palossand. Yeah, I'm going to go for a Water Shuriken into Palossand to boost up my defenses so I can take on the Rillaboom better. So let's see how this is going to work. We're going to go for a Water Shuriken into Palossand. We are going to get the Water Compaction, so +2, +3, and hopefully +4 or 4. I need 3 hits so I can get the 3 boosts, so I can get +6, which would be really nice in helping deal with the Rillaboom. Nice. Okay, perfect. All right, that's really good. I don't know why Water Compaction takes the single hit like from Water Shuriken, But for some reason, there's a few Pokemon that don't exactly... Wow, my Palossand's actually really low after that turn. Speedfall and Greninja is unfortunate. Knockoff going to come out into Palossand, but I already had my policy activated. Look at how little that did. I am able to get a shore up, though, with my Palossand, and, you know, that's a pretty nice healing right here. So my Palossand is going to be pretty decently healthy now. All right. I think I'm going to keep spamming shore up because I don't see a reason not to spam shore up. And I'm going to just water shuriken the Tornadus here for chip. I do like that a lot. And then I think Flamigo gets in and starts clicking some hits. Rain Dance going to come out, which is an interesting play over Bleak Wind. I will gladly take that. They're letting me get the water shuriken damage off in the Torn and a free shore up so I can get a Shadow Ball in the future turns, which is very pleasant here. Oh, it's a Jax button. They knew I was going to attack this turn, so they activated the Jax button. That makes way more sense now. That makes way more sense. If it's Urshifu, I will probably be forced to Terra, which is still okay. But all right. Golden Go. All right. Not really that scared of Golden Go. I do wish I had an Amnesia, but still like not terrible. Knockoff going to come out of Greninja. Doesn't even KO the Greninja thanks to the grassy terrain healing from earlier. I am going to be able to heal up to full health with Palossand. And the Palossand might be a little bit tricky for them to actually deal with now. And Tailwind is running out for them. Do they have Trick? Actually, that's the only thing I guess I'm scared of with the Golden Go. They have Trick. I guess it's not like a super pleasant position, but I am going to go for the Shadow Ball into the Golden Go. And maybe just hard into Flamigo? Problem is if they make it rain, it's not great. So I don't think it's worth. It would definitely not be worth if that's the case. I guess I go for a taunt into Rillaboom, or do I Trailblaze here? I could Trailblaze. Trailblaze isn't a bad play. But does it change anything? It changes some Tailwind numbers, and I guess if for Shein Power it could matter. I might as well just Trailblaze here. So we're going to Terra. They're not going to Terra. So I should be able to KO the Golden Go, which is really nice for my Flamigo, actually. I don't want to go... I don't want to get tricked a Choice Specs and be locked into Amnesia, so I'd rather just go for the Shadow Ball here. They are just going to go for Make It Rain, which is still pretty good because we did go for the Terra here with our Palossand. Is that not Choice Specs? I guess it's not Choice Specs because I feel like that should have done a lot more here. All right. As we're going to see Rillaboom actually go for a U-turn into Palossand. So I would have liked to been able to go for a Amnesia, I guess, but unfortunately I did not know the Golden Go set. Torn is going to come back in, and now unfortunately my Flamigo is going to be threatened by the Bleak Wind Storm, so that's not exactly super pleasant. I do get rid of Golden Go though, which is still really nice, but I guess it's going to come down to like who the remaining Pokemon are as well. Helen Peters out. I don't think they should be resetting it again. We're going to go out into our Flamigo. I don't know if I go down a single Bleak Wind Storm. We'll find out together, I suppose. But we'll bring out Flamigo. Rillaboom's going to come in. I go for a Shadow Ball and a Tornadus. I think I just double up the Torn anyway. Poison is going to be nice on the Rillaboom. So let's go. And we do copy our stat changes. We're +2 and +6, but we don't have any special defense. So I am going to Shadow Ball the Torn, and we're going to go for a Brave Bird also in the Tornadus and hope that we can get the knockout in the Torn. Bleak Wind Storm. Oh, they didn't go for a Fake Out. Oh, Flamigo does live, which is actually pretty important because I am able to get a Citrus Berry and KO the Torn. And if the Rillaboom can't knock out the Palossand, I get double knockout here, and they have lost all their spread moves. And I'm pretty sure Brave Bird Recall definitely survives. So Brave Bird knock out the Torn. Beautiful. All right, that's actually a really huge survival right there. Let's see if Rillaboom's able to pick up the knock on the Palossand. This is +6 Palossand. Palossand going crazy. Palossand going crazy. We are able to get a Shadow Ball off into the Rillaboom, and Rillaboom doesn't go down, but Poison I think gets it. I'm pretty sure Poison should do enough here because of the Toxic Spikes from earlier being very valuable. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Goodbye, Rillaboom. I can't believe they went for knockoff earlier. The extra health was very, very clutch for Palossand, but we definitely take those. Dragonite going to come in. So the T-Spikes, I guess, didn't help nearly as much as I would have liked, but you know, we do have recovery with both. So I'm just going to go for a short with Palossand, and I'm going to go for a Roost with Flamigo. Should be okay. They go for an extreme speed in the Palossand. I lived! Extreme speed +6 Palossand roost with Flamigo and a shore up with our Palossand, and now they have to get extremely lucky. Have they terrored this game yet? No, they have not terrored this game yet. I'm just gonna shore up, and you know what? We're just gonna keep doing this. We're gonna heal because I want to scout for the Terra. I don't want to go for an Earth Power when they're a flying type, and I don't want to go for a Shadow Ball when they're a normal type. So I'm gonna bait this Terra here, or force the Terra. They will go for the Terra normal. Most likely they're gonna extreme speed my Flamigo, I'd imagine, because you have to double crit, and even if you double crit, I don't even think you win, because I think I heal it. Well, maybe it depends on who they target. They do extreme speed the Flamigo. Flamigo's able to survive. Okay, they need a crit of Flamigo. They needed me to go for the Shadow Ball into the Dragonite, and they needed me to also need to crit me the next turn. But I did go for the short because I knew it was like a very safe coverage here. Rain stops, and now we can go for a Earth Power into the Dragonite. We can go for a close combat into the Dragonite as well, and we should be able to seal it up. Oh man, that is insane. I did not think I played probably towards that mid part well for the setup, but hey, you know what? We were able to put on a lot of pressure. Eject button Torn actually did screw over my opponent. They thought probably they could just tailwind and get a free switch, but that actually probably hurt my opponent because I was able to get some momentum. Granted, if I did go for an Amnesia though, oh man, would have been a lot safer of an endgame. All right, let's go over to games. In game one, was not expecting the Altaria tricks that I saw and didn't want to scout fearing haze on Altaria by going for protect. So I think I just had to hard read a set or Terra against that team. In game two, sacked my Flutter Mane unnecessarily, but Palossand was able to set up next to Flamigo to sweep my opponent's team. In game three, got lucky with some of the sets, but was able to survive the Bleakwind Storm with Flamigo in order to score a crucial double knockout. This was a very complicated team. There's a lot of different elements. You have the Perish Song mode with the Tatsugiri, with Dondozo, Flamigo to set up with Palossand. There's a lot of cool tricks that you can utilize with this team, and definitely very complex. You can check out the details of the team and the creator down below in the description, and you can try out the rental code on your screen, as well as subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.